Okay. I think you should be able to hear me now. I almost forgot to turn off the Bluetooth. Hope you guys can see that. I was trying to set up some music for y'all again, but y'all know how this is hard for me. So I'm going to let you guys kind of pop in so we can talk about our bibbity bobbity boo. Go ahead. Let's see what I need to go over here. Oh, no, it's over here. How have you guys been doing in this crazy, crazy, crazy world of ours? Would you have thunk that we will be dealing with any of this stuff? With the wars and rumors of wars. Civil unrest. Our government, what can I say? The climate all over the world. Seriously, it's like the world is under a spell. Under some type of magic. A curse. Let's see if anybody's popping in yet. And I know I look a mess. It's been rough here on the homestead, y'all. But I am definitely going to hang tight. I think a lot of stuff is happening to us to throw us off guard. Yeah, it's kind of dark in here, but that's okay. Let's see if I can turn it this way, maybe. Yeah, and I can turn toward the computer this way too, so it'll work out better. Can you guys hear me? Okay, let me pop in. Hi, Luana. I'm glad you're doing good, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us today, sweet girl. Hello, Patricia, Anukia. Shalom to you too as well, sweetheart. Yes, it is real. My grandson, he's to North Korea next week. I am outdone. Wow. When you say he's out to goes to, wow, is he being deployed, or he's just going, for school, or if you're able to say? Yeah. Hi, Chris. I feel like all of what's going on is supposed to happen. The Bible says these things would happen. I'm not religious, but I do believe in biblical prophecy. Yeah, and I'm kind of there with you too, Chris. And I think we might touch on that a little bit. I'm going to try and stay on topic today, and we were supposed to be talking about magic, bibbity bobbity boo, and what does that have to do with what's happening in our world today? I think I turned that off. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, I hear you. Thank you, Lawana. So I can keep talking. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, like I said, it seems like the majority of the world still is under some type of mind control spell. And I came across this video again. You see, and that's what where I think, Chris, what you were saying, as far as there's some things in the Bible that I can definitely resonate with, but there's other things that just don't sit right with me, and I've always kind of felt that way. And recently, I've been getting a lot of different videos and information that's been coming to me, just kind of like randomly, like the video of this young lady that I put on there on the in the description there regarding Majic. I never heard of her at all, ever. But my mind was already on like crystals. I got my crystals out, and I pulled out my Sefer uh, again, and pulled out the Nag Hammadi scriptures and my tarot cards and my crystals, and I am drawn to that. And of all the different rabbit holes I've been through, it keeps leading me back to this stuff. That's the only thing I can say as to why I keep coming back to this. I still don't understand why I keep gravitating back to this. And I can only attribute it to, what if that is the Holy Spirit? What if that is that divine feminine waking me up and say, okay, you're on the right track, keep going. And when I divert and go a different direction, she said, no, come back over here. Possibly. I don't know. But anyway, I was drawn to this particular video again regarding the use of crystals and tarot and astrology, and how it has been demonized by mainstream religion, by the Vatican, demonized any type of magic, astrology, lots of books of the Bible, not in the Bible, the canonized portion of the Bible. Then you hear of things about Yeshua. If you think about it, let's talk about Yeshua real quick. Yeshua. Okay, here's a man supposedly walked on water. He calmed the seas. He turned water into wine, fed thousands of people with the two or three fish and some bread or whatever, healed the sick, raised the dead. Doesn't that sound like a little bit of magic to you? And what did he say? What did Yeshua say to us? He said, these basically the things that I'm doing, he says, yeah, they're great. But he says, you're going to do even greater things. Do you not know that you are gods? What about these schools that Yeshua went to learn about? What did he learn about? Could it have been spells, incantations, use of certain crystals? And why are there pictures of Yeshua, Jesus, with a magic wand? There are many, many depictions, paintings, carvings of these figures that historically people of those times saying this is Yeshua, with black features, with a wand or a staff. Kind of makes you think why the religious leaders demonize magic. Could it be that they don't want us to know this information? Because we are divine beings. And this is part of our awakening to these powers that we do have and how to use them. And it could be very well through the use of crystals and incantations and words and intention. Yeah. There's definitely something to that. And I kind of not downloaded, but I tried to get Big Judah's, the one I put on here for you guys to try and listen to. But I wanted to play a little bit of it and kind of go over it with you guys to kind of touch base with you. Of why I'm drawn to this information. So let me pop in before I turn this on real quick, okay? Let's see. Yeah, I stopped off when we were talking about Luana's grandson going to Korea, and I was asking, was he deployed or not? And I got on my tangent. Y'all know how I do. But yeah, there's a lot of unrest in the world. I listen to Israeli news live a lot. Marfugal news I listen to a lot. Those are the main two that I listen to for kind of world news, of kind of the heartbeat of what's happening. And we may have some super difficult days coming our way. And this is just a little plug again to put you some food and water as much as you can away. Get any kind of medications that you think you might need. Try and stockpile as much as you can of things that you know that you're going to need. Try and prepare for, it's going to be kind of hard now with things as tight as it is, but it's just start. Do something. Do something. I went to, on another tangent, here I go. I went to Walmart yesterday because my grandson he loves grandma's beans and rice. So I decided I was going to make him a big pot of red beans and rice with some smoked turkey, smoked turkey wings or turkey drumsticks. I'm kind of averted to meat right now, but I was just doing this, for him because he's been asking for it. For 2 drumsticks, smoked turkey drumsticks, it was, I think, $18. And I'm like, I can't be looking at this right. So I'm going through all of the packages. This can't be right. And there were more expensive ones. There were some that were $25 for turkey, smoked turkey. Then I went to after that, I went to the local grocery store here, and the shelves are sparse, very little pet food. So if you guys need pet food, you need to go get you some pet food, or have in mind of how you're going to feed your pets, because I don't know how it is where you are, but the shelves here are getting bare, and I'm in rural Missouri, and I'm seeing every week less and less on the shelves. And when I asked the staff about it, the truck didn't make it because of XYZ, but they said they're going to be back next week, be in the next week. The next week comes and they're still not here. And it's becoming very apparent in the store that something is wrong. Something is up. So just a heads up, go put your some beans and rice and stuff away, okay? But anyway, those 2 news media people I was telling you about, not mainstream news, just private news, doing their own research. And I really want to push Marfugal News. Everything that he indexes. They are amazing. They research everything. And it's just not, well, I heard this person say this and that and that and this and that and the other, and I'm reporting it. No, They go and get the information themselves. They vet that information. They back check, fact check as much as they can, and they show you exactly where they got that information from. And subscribe to them, guys, if you really want to know what's happening. And he has his finger on the pulse of what's happening around the world. A lot of the things that he reports on, he indexed, that brings the information. You don't hear that on mainstream news. And if you do hear, just like bloop, and it's over. It's like they're intentionally trying to minimize what's happening around the world. Y'all paying attention to what's happening in Canada, right? Yeah. Anyway, the grocery store manager told me, he says, he apologized to me. He says these prices are ridiculous. He says, we're having to pay the same prices. He says, but he says, you might want to stock up. The store manager, you may want to stock up. He says, because the prices are going to go up and up and up. So if you can spend a little bit of extra money right now to go and get a little bit of a stockpile, you better do it now, because next week is going to be more expensive. And the week after is going to be more expensive. I'm watching the trend of what's happening. I'm not manifesting this to happen. Evidently somebody's manifesting it, because I'm watching it unfold. So we got to start manifesting the other way. We'll still put some beans and rice away. All right, let's see. Yes, okay, deployment. And see, that's what on Marfugal News says that he's in contact with a lot of military, active military of all different branches, and a lot of different military families that are not affiliated, but that listen to his channel, that are subscribers to the channel. A lot of the families are reporting that a lot of their loved ones are being deployed. Why is that not on mainstream news of all these deployments? And if Russia invades Ukraine and China makes a jump on Taiwan, it's called mass formation psychosis. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot I could say on that. That's a whole nother show. Yes, they cannot get the purple that the Messiah was talking about. They cannot get the purple that the Messiah was talking about. I'm not sure. I am with you, the purple. They cannot get the purple. I'm not sure what that means, Anikia. Hello, Stephen. I was just looking at one of your posts on Facebook today, and I'm like, look at my baby. Anyway, yes, people are zombies with masks on. I think they're being controlled by vaccines, nanotechnology in their bodies. Yeah. And I think there is something to this whole push to get this ingredient liquid into as many people as possible. Not something, but everything, every flag, core, bell, whistle goes off in me. Why are they pushing this poke worldwide? It is either a very nefarious reason that they're trying to cull the herd, that these 1% elite think that there's just too many people in the world, and they got to get rid of them some way. And this has happened. Something deja vu just happened. This has happened before. This has definitely happened before. Yeah. Culling the herd. Atlantis. Maybe that was part of it. I don't know. Let me not get on a tangent. Oh, really? You need to send me. Oh, I would love to have a wand. Definitely. Awesome. Thank you, Ikea. I will definitely do that, darling. Did I call you Ikea? Anakia. Anakia. Thank you, darling. Chris, it's not magic. It's mass formation psychosis. That's just my opinion. Okay. It's not magic. It's mass formation psychosis. So what was it? What would you, number one, do you resonate with a being called Yeshua, Jesus, existing and walking the earth and performing these miracles? However he performed these miracles, whether he was the Son of God or God incarnate walking on the earth that happened to be carrying a magic wand. Was that magic that this being performed? Or was that mass formation psychosis? Just wondering, Chris. I love how you question things and dive deep in the think tank. This is what we need. Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. See, I just did it again before I even read your question. I think that the mass formation psychosis, how was the governments all over the world able to convince millions of people to don't stop hugging and kissing each other, stand 6 feet apart, cover your face at all times, even outside walking your dog in the park? For a bad flu. How did they do that? Me too. They use it for bad. We use it for good. Yes. And that's the way that's what Big Judah brings out. See, Big Judah speaks about the chosen people, the most high, the most high. I don't think he said most high Yah. I think that's this other guy that says the most high Yah. But anyway, Big Judah speaks about there is a chosen people, and Negro people are the Aboriginal people of the United States, of the Americas, period. Um, and Black people, now I want to say Black people, but people, copper colored people, were the Aboriginal people all over the world, including, and that's another thing that Big Judah talks about a lot too, or the Black Irish or the Black Druids, about all the folklore, about the magic wizards and the druids, all that magical stuff, and wizards and all of that. Those were the original Black Druids. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. But Big Judah also speaks about how the scriptures speak about in the latter days, knowledge would increase. Now this 1%, the elite, whatever you want to call them, the Satan, whatever you want to call this other ruling class that's trying to keep this information down. I don't know who that is. But anyway, there has been a concerted effort to keep this information down. But prophecy says that in the latter days, knowledge would increase. There has been a concerted effort to keep this information under wraps. But again, we are in the age of Aquarius. Everything done in the dark is coming to light. All this information is bubbling up to the top again, where it should be. So this magic that, remember we talked about that a couple of videos ago. I said that We are awakening. We are awakening, and we all have different gifts. We all have different gifts, but it's time for us to focus on what those gifts may be. Some of us may have the gift of healing. I feel that's what I'm drawn to, and I'm trying to cultivate that in which I feel. Some other people are able to affect people, or their gift is through music, through singing, through acting, through the arts, through painting, through sculpting, being creative. Some of us have the gift of research, being able to dig, and you know what I'm saying. But whatever, and not only that, some of us will have the ability to read minds. Some of us will have the ability of amazing strength. Some of us will be able to levitate. Some of us will be able to do all sorts of things that you don't think that is possible for us. This is the time for us to become focus. Let's put it that way. It's time to focus and go within and let our thoughts manifest our reality. We can do this. That's our magic. That's our magic. We are gods and goddesses. We are co-creators. We can create with our minds, but always positive, always for the glory and admiration of that ultimate creative force, which we are part of as facets of Source. That's right. Greater things you will do. Matthew 13:13. This is why I speak to them in parables. Through seeing, they do not see. Through hearing, they do not hear or understand. Dr. Robert Malone, yes, exposed it, and now all the Democrats are lifting their mandates all of a sudden. Yeah, when I tried to post Dr. Malone last year, they took that video off. Poor little Monica, silly old lady in the Ozarks that plant potatoes and make soap and meditate in the garden with crystals. Yeah, they took it down because I pointed that out and highlighted his video, and they took it down. But again, everything done in the dark is coming to light. Coming to light. Yeah, and why not? Speaking about this, what about Miss Hillary and the Durham report coming out? That the whole collusion thing that they tried to blame on Big T. Collusion. No collusion. But who did the whole bunch of collusion? Direct collusion? Miss Hillary? Yeah. But is that all over mainstream news? No. Why not? That's what I want to know. Why not? Oh, you got your healing bowls on Friday. I love the sounds of the different ones. My tuning forks as well. You got that? Let me know which company you went through, and maybe give a little a review on them, because I literally almost every day I've been kind of scanning and looking through, but they're kind of spendy. You know, I've seen some really ones that are kind of really cheap, but I wonder about those. They probably sound like bang bang bang. So I don't know, but that would be great if you could sort of give a review of yours, and so I'll know where to order mine from. Thank you, Anikia. Inflation. Yes. Yep. Yep. And it's crazy. And just on a side note, I just got to share this with y'all. I'm telling you, the last year for me has been a roller coaster ride, lots of highs and an unexpected lows, and a lot of aha moments, and a lot of moments like, what the hell, or how in the hell, or why in the hell is this happening to me again? Scenarios that's been here. But anyway, when everybody got the this, like, I think it was like a $500 thing, stimulus, whatever. Well, anyway, I was told, you have to send that to the IRS, and put your fill out a form to send it to the IRS. So at a friend's prompting, I did that. And there goes my battery. Hold on. At a friend's prompting, I did that, thinking I was going to get some money back. And I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And finally, something came in the mail. And I'm like, okay, finally it's here. I'm going to get my little refund from the IRS. And they said, uh-uh. No, we calculated and did it, and whatever we did. And we don't owe you no extra money, but you owe us some extra money. You owe us $500, $490 something dollars, but you owe us money. And I'm like, how'd that happen? My only income has been Social Security, disability, and the stimulus check that Creepy Joe sent, and Trump sent one too, didn't he too? Yeah. But whatever, that's the only income that I've had. So does everybody got to pay it back, or just me? Stuff like that has happened. And then what else happened? Then, because wait till I hear this. Somebody told me you need to apply for food stamps because the whole stimulus thing. So I did that. And I didn't qualify for anything. They said you qualify for, I think it's like $14 a month. And I'm like, okay, at $14 a month, okay, I qualify for $14 a month. Okay, I can buy a case of beans for my stockpile each month. So I accepted it, not thinking anything twice about it. Well, it turns out that I think that's why something happened with this. It's a mess, y'all. Anyway, they cut the $14 food stamp off because they say that I make too much money because Social Security gave me a cost of living increase. But they're giving other folks more food stamps because of inflation, because all of us as Americans, we're spending basically $270 more per month. Every family is spending that much per month than they used to have to. It's a mess. It is a mess. So I don't know where I was going with that, but inflation, it's bad. So they cut you stuff, they cut you off, they tell you make too much money, and then they jack the prices way up. Get them beans, y'all, before they turn to be like gold. I heard there was a shortage of pet food everywhere, and I can attest to that. I went to Walmart to get pet food. I always get the big giant bags of pedigree dog food for my big dogs outside. None at all. All the big dog food was gone except for the real bad Bobo brands that I don't know, probably be elephant tusk or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I wouldn't feed that to my animals at all. And then so I had to go to the local store, grocery store. No dog food there either. Then I found at Dollar General, they had big bags of pedigree puppy food. So I grabbed what I could. So my big dogs won't be eating puppy food, until I can find the regular food. But there is definitely a shortage everywhere. So if you have pets, guys, put some pet food away or learn how to make it. What do you think about the Joe Rogan situation? Oh, let me think for that for a minute, because I was up pro Joe Rogan. Leave him alone. Let him. He's speaking his mind. Go Joe. Go Joe. But then when I heard this inward, this inward, this in multiple times, I was taken aback. I was like, oh, wait, hold up, brother. Where you going? Where you going with all of the N words like that? And the one that particularly got me is when he was speaking about they went to some place and it was like the Planet of the Apes. That was uncalled for. Now I didn't hear the whole part of the whole context of how that came out, but there's how do you fix that by equating running into a park full of children of color and equating that to walking into the Planet of the Apes? Okay. He said that. He has to own that. And I have to own that he said that. Have I said really ugly things that nobody else has heard? Mm-hmm. Have I made comments about certain ethnicities of people in anger? Maybe not to their faces, but I've been guilty of doing that. And I know that many of us have. We would never say that to their faces, but we think, doggone what? Yeah, we do it. And then I think that was a lot of these clips were a long time ago. Would he say that stuff today? I don't know. I don't know. Would I say something like that today? If I was to be in anger, if I would let my anger get away with me, if somebody of I might. I don't know. So what do I think about the Joe Rogan situation? I don't think he should be silenced. I don't think he should be canceled. Absolutely not. The same way I don't think Whoopi Goldberg should be canceled or sanctioned. What happened to freedom of speech? That's what I feel about it. Hi, my sister, Candy. People are waking up. Yep, they are. And I think that's why they're not publicizing what's happening in Ottawa so much, is because it might fuel people who are just about here already with dealing with this whole stuff, and they see that more people are coming. There's more of a wave, and they don't have to stand out so much by themselves. They can sort of, when the wave comes, they just kind of ride the wave. Yeah. I think the more and more people wake up and the more momentum, yeah, people are waking up. Absolutely. They already did, Monica, yesterday. I forgot what I said. Are you saying they canceled him? I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Interested in purple royalty. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm wondering if that's what like Big Judah is speaking about. Big Judah and Sister Bethy speaks about that. There's some others too on Big Judah's channel and Sister Bethy's channel, Brother Sanchez, and some others that are also bringing this information to light about there is something unique about, there's a certain people. Now, part of me, I still struggle with that. How could the Most High have, or how could God, you know, create all these people, but then elevate one people above the others. That just seems just inherently wrong, to me, to do that. But I can't negate the fact that something is up about these chosen people. Something is about, why are these people being, for centuries, for thousands and thousands of years, been ground down into the dirt to keep down, to keep quiet, to why there's something to that. Yeah. Chief Willie here. Hello, darling. Money, depopulation, and control. Absolutely. Absolutely. But the religion is failing. That has been the way that they have kept the masses in control, through guilt and fear. And I think that's waning thin. And I think that's why they've sort of kind of prefaced the whole fake alien invasion, Project Blue Book, or whatever you want to call it. But I also think that we're not the only entities or the only beings here. I think there are other beings out there. There's a lot of stuff that's the age of Aquarius is upon us, guys. The highest consciousness, the purple. A lot of people are asleep. You put blue and red. Just like in the Matrix, they say, take the red pill and the red pill and the red pill, and the red pill is the lower chakra. The red or the blue pill. So in the Matrix, the blue pill was, if you take the blue pill, you stay in La La Land. Ah, everything is wonderful. I'm eating this wonderful, delicious steak and delicious baked potato with sour cream and bacon bits and delicate chives with sauteed mushrooms, when you're really eating a bowl of dog food gruel. Is that the blue pill? And the red pill is, you automatically see the dog food gruel and the reality of where you really are. Cynthia, hi, darling. Many people say that there is enough land for everyone on the planet. Perhaps there are too many people to control, not too many on the planet. I totally agree with you. Because when I was driving from Vancouver, Washington to Missouri here, we drove through thousands of acres of nothing, nothingness, just trees and brush and rocks and cliffs and valleys, and I don't understand why there's too many people stuck in little bitty cities. I think people need to be spread out. Yeah. Fear. Chris says they pushed the fake pandemic and ran up the numbers on purpose. Absolutely. Absolutely. Media magic. They're putting spells. They keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. And what did Trump say when the cornholio first came out? What did he say? He says, it's like magic. It's just going to disappear. Poof. Well, evidently, a lot of people say too that he is a wizard. He's a magician. He's a time traveler. Many people say that about him. They also say that about his son, Baron, as well. There is definitely spiritual warfare happening in governments all over the world. There is a battle. You can see it and you can feel it. Candy says the price hikes start in the eastern part of the country, and 2 or 3 months later, it happens in the western part of the country. television tell lies to you. Yeah, tell lies to your vision. You're absolutely right about that. What it does, he television, and what do they call it? Change the channel. Uh, Programming. Back to your regular broadcasting, or broadcasting isn't broadcasting, casting a spell. And then that kind of brings to mind Nostradamus. He says that, to coincide with the scripture that says that every eye will see the coming. Now, whether that's prophecy or scripted prophecy. But then Nostradamus says that one of his Cotran prophecies, he says that in the latter days, he says, beast into theater. And when he said that, what the first thing that came to my mind is a television screen. So it's basically a theater. What if the beast appears on every screen, whether it's your television screen like I have on my wall over there, or if it's the screen right here on your phone, or if it's on your laptop? What if when this being makes his presence known, could that be part of it too? He will show his face on every screen, so every eye will see him. And also because of all the stuff they've been spraying in the air, to where they can shine like a satellite, like projector into the seeded clouds that's now turned into like a makeshift giant screen, and they can make anything appear in those clouds as a possibility. See, there I go again, of what it could possibly be, trying to make sense of it. And that's what we're trying to do now, the same way those people thousands of years ago etched into stone and tried to put in pottery, or write in whatever they could to try and explain what they were seeing. They couldn't explain space people coming out the sky, galactic ships coming in, with breathing apparatuses, and they were coming, whatever. They only etched in stone what they saw, and what they saw was some big ass giant things with 6 fingers and 6 toes, helicopter looking objects that would fly in the air. They saw something. Again, they saw something, or they was on some kind of drug that they were hallucinating real bad. Yeah. I don't know how I get on these tangents, guys, and just start talking about different stuff. I'm just, again, trying to bring it back to this whole magic thing. There is an agenda that religion has to keep us away from crystals and astrology and astronomy, and there's something there. I believe that Jesus is God in the flesh. It's beyond our understanding. We are all connected in some way to God. Okay, and I'm kind of with you there, Chris, when you say I believe that Jesus is God, because I believe that I am God. I believe that you are God. I believe that everybody here is God. I believe that everything literally is energy. Everything is God. And we are facets. So, and I think Yeshua tried to tell us that too. He says, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, because I and the Father are one. Just like you and I are one, Chris. You and I are one, Stephen. You and I are one, Luana. You and I are one, Candy. Everyone that's in here, we're one. We are all facets of that divine, creative, omnipresent source being. We're part of it. People are becoming more psychic, I notice. I wish my skills would click in to where I can block people who are not coming into my circle for good. I want I need to start listening to my spirit really, and stop. How do I put this? I need to use more discernment who I allow in my inner circle. That's what I have learned over this past year. So many painful lessons from family, from friends who I thought were friends or associates, let's put it that way, um, and newfound friends. I've had my toes stomped on, and undeservedly so. Not to make myself the victim here, but I'm really having to step back, because this past year, actually my whole life, but it has escalated over this past year of me putting myself in these situations to where the outcome is similar. So I'm having to really reevaluate, and I need to use my more psychic abilities before you come into my life. And I'm like, I'm gonna scan you first. Thanks, Stephen, for that. Dr. Robert Malone is the creator of the MNRA technology. Yes, absolutely. And they said that he was a crackpot and didn't know what he was talking about. And he was, anybody that brought any type of information, even brought his name up, was demonized and told they were conspiracy theorists, and they were stupid, ignorant, deplorable ones. Don't care about humans, selfish beings. Now it's all changing. Everything is changing. Yeah. Big T was right. That's why the media is a mouthpiece for the left, and their eyes, and their Democrats can't do nothing. Liberals own everything. Absolutely. The media is bought and paid for by that 1%. Research it. Follow the money. Follow the money. Oh wow. You're in New York. You are in New York. I've seen some pictures of New York, Cynthia. It's scary looking over there, girl. Um, and Hillary gave a good word for the new mayor, Adams. He's becoming a disappointment very fast. Yeah. Get out of New York, Cynthia, if you can, baby. Get out of get out of New York. And actually, I'm here it's literally in the middle of the woods, and I have my little food, put away, and but anything could happen. I could get overrun. What if? Really? What if Russia invades Ukraine and it sets off China? China invades the US. Is it impossible that I could see tanks and things coming through the woods? No. That would never happen, right? Never would that happen. But I'm sure all those people in Vietnam, living way out in the country, in the countryside, just in their little rice paddies, growing their vegetables and their yams and stuff, didn't expect war to be in their rice paddies. I hope that doesn't happen, but is it a possibility? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a war zone in New York and California for sure. Geo says, does anyone feel the heaviness? I do, Geo. For the last week solid, it's hard for me to sleep. And I just wake up crying. Why you cry? I don't know. It just feels like you said, there's a heaviness here. And then I'll get up and I'll turn my high vibration music on, get my crystals out, and meditate and stay focused on staying positive and realizing this is all being done to bring us down. Shake that heavy shit off. Shake it off, Gio. Shake it off. I know some weeks are more difficult. Yeah. It comes and it goes. Absolutely. But I feel the sadness of this world. Absolutely. Absolutely. And my heart goes out to every being that is suffering. Absolutely. Absolutely. My son just announced to me this morning. He says, "Mom," he says, I got to stop. I have to give up my business that he worked so hard for, saved and scrapped, tools stolen, got everything replaced. Finally landed that big um, construction bid to where he had 50 plus houses to build in the subdivision, and he is a framing beast. He was, if he had the help. And that's why he's had to call his business completely off, is because he can't find help. No one will work. And he's good. He's an excellent framer, but he can't build a home completely by himself, not without his magical powers. Now, if he had his, maybe if I decked him down with his crystals and stuff, he might be able to. And if anybody was able to do it, this son of mine would be able to do it. But anyway, he's really disappointed that he has to shut his business down. But realistically, he can't build homes alone, and he can't find anyone to work. Or the ones that he do find that does agree to work, they sit there all day and they're doing this all day long. Is it time to go? Oh, is it time to go? Oh, I just looked at my watch a minute ago. That kind of people. And it's extremely frustrating. But yeah. Liberals are not the same as they were in the 60s. They are clearly leftists now. Yeah. There's definitely been a shift, Cynthia, and purposefully so. There is an agenda being pushed very strongly, very strongly. I've decided to change a voter registration to libertarian. No more Democrats or Republicans. Yeah, I'm done with all government completely. Every bit of it needs to be scrapped. All of it. Every single bit. Whole clean slate. Clean slate. Yes, try to find peace. Try to find moments of peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I find my peace mainly outside. Outside. Get out there. Uh, Gio is an empath. I get dreams, I get visions. I send love and positivity, but sometimes it feels like it's not enough. Absolutely. Just keep doing it, Gio. Just keep doing it. Kamala Harris approval rating is 40%. Is it that high? Is it that high, Chris? That is the most disliked. And I don't know why is it that I dislike her so much. But I don't know, is it her laugh? Or is it her talk like this? My fellow Americans. I don't know what it is. I should stop. That's your fellow self. She needs to get it together though. I really love Tulsi Gabbard. And actually I do too. Every time I see anything that pops up on her, I have to listen to her. And I think she's beautiful too. She's just a beautiful woman. She's so articulate. She seems so level-headed. There's something special about Tulsi. I agree with you there, Chris. No, you keep talking. I love that so much. And if you want to talk live, Chris, click on that link and pop in. And I would love to sit here and talk with you. Be brave. Come on. Come on. You don't have to show you can put your shower cap on or you could just put your avatar up and just your voice. But I'd love for anybody to pop in. Let's get a panel started so we can talk, guys. We've only been here an hour. Geo. I go to people who I don't know and send them positivity on a soul level. I meet random people on the astral realms. The dark will come to light. Absolutely. And it always does. It always does. Yeah. But just be aware sometimes things that are done in the dark, right under your nose, being done under the dark, and you not know it. Don't be taken too far back to when you do what's been done in the dark does come to light. Just be grateful, be in gratitude that you see, that you see. I know what you mean about the highs and the lows. Absolutely. Just ride the wave, baby. Ride that wave. Have you heard of any trucker caravans in the USA? No, I have not heard of any yet, but there is a bridge between Canada and New York, if I'm not mistaken. That is the main thoroughfare to where they truck goods from Canada to the United States via New York. Last I heard, that bridge was blocked. Now, I don't know if that's still now, but that's the only thing that I had heard about truckers affecting directly the USA is that bridge between New York and Canada. But what I'm hearing is that truckers are uniting all over the United States, and there's going to be convoys and highway closures, blockages with trucks, which is coming. Another reason to stockpile food. And they're also saying that because the strong possibility that they're shutting down the roads and things, the truckers are, get your beans and rice. Salutations, ahura, X. Time to cook for your pets, non-meat. So what would that be? Matter of fact, I have one of my my farm dogs out here, which I had met to get her spayed before she went into her second heat. I was able to confine her for her first heat, and my plan was to get her spayed before her second heat, but she caught me off guard, and the local Great Pyrenees male caught her off guard. So I have 5 beautiful boxer Pyrenees pups. So anyway, where I was going with that is I've been supplementing Daisy May's food with more nutrition because she's nursing these babies. So I did some research, and I'm supplementing her with eggs, along with some oats and a little bit of her dog food. I've been stretching her dog food and making it like a broth for her. She seems to enjoy it. So I'm learning different ways. And basically, dogs can eat anything that we eat. We just have to watch the salt content, because you can over salt. You can cause a dog to go into kidney failure, I understand, with too much sodium in their diet. So that's the only thing I know that we have to really monitor is the sodium. And there's certain things that dogs can't eat, like grapes and raisins, asparagus, certain things that's toxic to dogs, chocolate, things like that. But they eat peas and carrots and potatoes, beans, eggs. Yeah. But what other things can you put in their food, Ahura? Because, dogs normally need to have a lot of protein. So where do they get protein from? Because like I noticed when I gave Daisy some leftover beans and rice, she ate the rice and everything around it, but she pushed them beans aside. So what's a good thing for protein for pet food? If you could pop that in the chat, that would be great. Interested Abbott. I placed 2 separate orders on Baker Creek seeds. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah. They have really expanded. They have huge greenhouses going in, lots of more test gardening, lots of stuff happening at Baker Creek Seeds. Yeah, I just got all my seeds out. Again, thank you for bringing that out too. Interested Abbott, anybody who's in the cities, again, think about growing little container gardens on your balcony or your patio. You can do it in little 5-gallon buckets. You could do it in a kiddie swimming pool. Poke some holes at the bottom of it. Put you some organic soil in there, and you could grow your tomatoes and your cucumbers and your lettuce. And maybe did I say tomato? All in that little kiddie pool in a corner. You can do this. So get you some seeds out, and if you can't do that, then try just a window garden of herbs and things in your windowsill. Do that. Grow what you can. Microgreens, bean sprouts. Think about stuff like that. Anything that you can supplement your nutrition. No one said they have to eat meat. That's true. That's true, Ahura X. So, and that is true if you think about it. Because the largest animals on the face of the earth is what? Land animal. That would be an elephant, right? Yeah. They don't eat meat. They don't eat meat. And they're massive, but they don't eat meat. So there's something to that, Ahura. So I need, what do elephants eat? Bananas, hay, grass, pumpkins, fruit. Yeah. You're right, Ahura. They might try to implement social credit score and reset the economy. Yes, yes. They want the same thing that China is doing. And if that does occur, if they reset the economy and it's a credit score, Monica's bank is dry because I say all the bad stuff. I'm not getting the poke. I'm not doing your mask. I'm not doing none of this stuff. I'm going to be living in the trees, eating roots and bark. But that's okay. That's okay. We got people hoarding cat food over here. One lady taking a whole shipment of cat food. Really? So the cat gonna be alive and she gonna be dead. Who gonna open them cans for the cat? And Chewy has a lot of pet food still. Okay. Yeah. The next time I go out, I'm gonna grab probably grab maybe about, they go through a bag a month. And I get the big 33 pound bag of dog food, and the 3 dogs go through that. Yeah, in about a month. So I might need to go the next time, go and grab like about 4 or 5 bags and just put it away because they eat it anyway, if I can. Who knows? We might be eating that dog food ourselves. I'm like, no dog food. No. The thing with you make too much money, huh? They are trillionaires. It's greed. Absolutely. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's ridiculous. And then I heard that last year the United States gave Ukraine $400 million in aid. And they cut me for $14 in food stamps. Wow. This system there needs to be a reset because this is jacked up. You make more money, but it doesn't matter because most of it's taxed. Yep, absolutely. He apologized. He messed up. I admit I've said things also. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, being a woman, considered a woman of color, I am. My father was considered white, Caucasian. My mother was considered Black, African American, but she was really Native American, Aboriginal, uh, here in the Americas. But in my family, you frequently, early on, we didn't say a lot of the N word other than if it was a person of color that was an ugly person of color that meant harm to my family. My parents both would refer to these type of people as the N word. And if they were people that were white that meant harm to my family in any way, then they were called the C word or the H word or any type of derogatory word that we all know, um, that our families have used in some form or fashion. But yeah, we've all said things in the privacy of our homes that we're not proud of. Absolutely. So what do we do about that? We just need to stop doing it. Stop doing it. Period. Because it is ugly. And if you did say it, like Joe Rogan says, yeah, I said it. He apologized for saying it. He says, what I said again? No. Yeah. Ashanti, please don't do your taxes yourself or via HR Block or any of those places as they're incentivized by RS. Find a good, knowledgeable, independent tax person. Yeah, and Ashanti, that's what I did. Someone who does his own taxes, and I let him do mine, and they sent it back to me because they, according to the way he did my taxes, I should have gotten, it was 606. Yeah, I was due back as a refund $122, and then I think it was like $600 stimulus, something extra that people were supposed to get, but you had to go through the IRS. You had to file for it. So he did that for me. I should have only been getting like $122 back refund because it was the last year that I'd actually worked. So it was just very little, but I would still do that 129 or 122 back. But anyway, I should have been getting 722 back. So I'm waiting for my check. Mm-mm. They sent me a letter back saying, no, we don't owe you money, but you owe us $496. And I still don't understand how. What was I taxed on? I still don't get it. But anyway, I'll have to, maybe I need to find somebody who's more knowledgeable than the person I had, because this is a mess right now. It's a mess. Anyway, a black fighter defended Rogan. What Rogan said about the Planet of the Apes is horrible. He is a loudmouth and a comedian. He also takes mushroom drugs, but are not, but they are out to get him. Yes. Yeah. And I'm still okay with Joe Rogan speaking his mind. Um, free speech. I guess I have mixed feelings about free speech. Free speech, you can get what you need to, what your feelings are about a certain subject, but you also need to temper your words to do your best not to harm or hurt any other person or to cause any type of unrest or fueling, something to get out of control. You need to be cautious of what you say. What your words are powerful is what I'm trying to say. Your words are powerful. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but our words are powerful. So we need to be careful of what comes out of our mouth. And they're out to get him, not because he used the N word. They're out to get him because of the other information. He's questioning 33 in the room. Give me the thumbs up, guys, if you can. There's 33 in the room. And actually, my numbers have been going down. Again, I don't know if it's because I haven't been doing videos, a whole lot of videos like I had been doing before, but I noticed that my numbers are going down. So hit that like button, guys. But they're going off to Joe Rogan, not specifically because of the N-word. They're using that to go to push him down, but they're going after him because he's telling the truth. He's making people think. That's why they're trying to take him down. Everyone that's calling out Joe has a dirty browser history. I'm sure they do. Pardon me. Joe Rogan speaks the truth and is still human. Yes. He's not a robot. He's not a shape-shifting reptilian being. Yeah. I've seen other people say more awful things and they don't get told nothing. I just feel like people should be a lot more loving. I don't want to see anyone do and say awful things. I'm with you on that too, Gio. Absolutely. Let's see. Too real for the snowflakes. Joe and organic humans. Absolutely. I hear you. I hear you. I just said reptilians. See? See, Ahurax? Get it. They're cloaked. Get it? Absolutely. They live. I cannot wait until everything just comes down. I want to see the real Hillary's face. I want to see the real face of Pelosi. I want to see the real face of the Queen. I want to see them in all their scaly glory. Just like the Jehovah's Witnesses and other groups stand between people and God, they want control. They want to control our personal connection to the Creator. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you brought up Jehovah's Witnesses and just and how they control people, I was listening to Kim and Mikey, one of their latest videos, about now the governing body is not something about it's not a disfellowshipping matter, or it's a conscience matter now about shunning your family. So there's no reason for families to shun these apostate demons, us, anymore. So I've been kind of watching to see if any of my active Jehovah's Witness family is going to reach out to me now that it's not mandatory, now that it's a conscience matter now, to where my sister Phyllis can reach out to me if she wanted to, and my niece Vicky could reach out to me. All my family and friends that are active Jehovah's Witnesses, they could reach out to me now, and they won't be so-called ostracized by the congregation. But have they reached out? Nope. But I see them on Facebook and Instagram, and they're going to all these parties, with worldly relatives that we were told we were not to associate with. But anyway, that's another thing that's upsetting me too about this other thing. And I have to constantly remind myself this is another ploy to get me off of my path and getting stuck here in this matrix. This is just another mechanism to keep me here. So on that, got to push that aside. Push that aside. Anakia, the Most High did not create everybody. that was a lie. We have different creators. And you know, Akia, Anakia, I'm kind of with you there. And I'm explaining to you why. Everybody did not come from the same people. Some people came from cloning centers. Is that our clones? Is that our clones, reptilians, etc.? I kind of see where you're going with that, and I kind of have that feeling too, which kind of brings me to back to this whole Anunnaki, Sumerian kings, different gods, Elohim worship, the different creation stories. Let's make one that look like us. But there were beings before. There's something definitely to that. So what if this most high over all the earth is one of these Elohim creator gods, and he's chosen a people for his name? But then they have these other gods that have their own bloodlines and clans or whatever. But I hear what you're saying there, and I'm kind of there with you. There's something to that. Hello, African Rose. What happened? Were you in an accident? Why you say that, Miss Beth? You looking at my dark circles under my eyes? No, I no, I didn't get into an accident. Sister Bethy, you want to come on with me, darling? I'd love for you to come on. I think I've only had one person to come on, and that was brave enough to do it, and that was Sister Akia Woolly Hair. She came on one time, but I haven't get anybody else to come on. A bunch of chickens. Come on, Sister Bethy. So we can talk a little bit about the Aboriginal people of the Americas, and only the way that you can explain it. And what is your take on that, Sister Bethy, regarding the Aboriginal people of this land? Do you think that they had these priestly powers? Um, you know what I'm trying to say. And I know I missed one of your shows earlier to where you were mad about something, talking about ain't no damn aliens and something like that. And I wanted to call you that day, but I got sidetracked with something else. But I wanted to call you because I think there are aliens, Sister Bethy. I think that there are extraterrestrial beings. I think there's a whole lot we don't know. A whole lot that we know. In the same way a lot of people don't know about the copper colored people being the Aboriginal people of the Americas. More and more information of it's coming to the surface because we're in the age of Aquarius. Everything done in the dark is coming to light. But what do you think about that? Do you think that these chosen people, the Negro people, do you think the Negro people are the chosen people? Number one. And do these people have special powers? We will all see some will pass out from the site. Absolutely. Absolutely. I got company. No, he's just backing up. Good. Good, good. He want a hug and I have to go, no corona. Um, yeah, yeah. And again, when you say that we will all see what we will see, some will pass out just from the sight of it. See, that's in the scriptures too. Now, again, is that prophecy or scripted prophecy? Do they have they pre-planned to show us some really weird, crazy stuff? And you know what comes to mind? War of the Worlds and stuff. What if all of a sudden, guys, what if all of a sudden, you know that scene I think it was in New York, Tom Cruise, to where all of a sudden they hear like this big wong, 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 and people are like, what is that? What is that? And then the ground starts shaking and crumbling. And then all of a sudden, these big, giant, metallic, robotic, long-legged things come out of the ground and start hunting people down and picking them up and putting them in nets to eat them. Would your heart faint in fear if you saw that? I think, yeah, I'd have to put on several pairs of Depends for that. But we're going to have to do what we can now, guys, to fortify ourselves of what we may see. We may see anything and everything. And this is the time for us, again, is what I'm getting clearly from Source, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, is to go within. Meditation, 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 meditation. And do everything that you can to stay in that high vibration. No fear. No fear. Grown men will keel over. Absolutely. It's called Project Blue. Ring, you're right. Keel over. God is a title, like a teacher is a title. We're smaller versions of God. Yeah, we're facets. I'm a little facet. You are too. Facets. Absolutely. I never claimed to be the end all, everything. No. I am powerful. I am powerful beyond belief. Just as a facet of that source. And I don't say that to be cocky and I'm a facet. Hey, no, I'm in gratitude. I'm in total gratitude that I know that I am a sovereign, free spirit being. I don't fear death. Death is a doorway. Mother is a title, but you're not mother. You're a version of her. Yep, it is your God inside. Listen to it. Absolutely. Letting go of people who mean you no good. People who are wasting your time. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you I'm at a point now, if you disrupt my peace, you got to go. You got to go. I will try and high vibration to bring your vibration up. But if your vibration is not vibing up, I am not going to go down. No. We have to do a Zoom live chat. I'd love that. Okay, awesome. Let's see. Me too. I had to step back. Hide your stockpile. Leave just a little out for others to see. Yeah, and I've been actually thinking about that too, of spreading them out. It's not wise to keep your stockpile all in one location. If you're, in an apartment in the city, that's that. Maybe you can do it at another person's on the outskirts. You can do a stockpile, with other people, different spots. If you have property, put stashes out on your property someplace. Have more than one bug out location. You never know what's going to happen. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's a good point. Candy says, hide your stockpile. Leave just a little bit out for others to see. Yeah. Yeah. Because if it does get to that point to where people are marauding and The cities are going to be hit first. There's going to be what my niece used to call kick door. You just go in and kick the door, boom, kick the door in, and they won't be coming in to steal your TV and your VCR and your new hi-fi, whatever. They're coming to steal your beans and rice. They're coming to steal your food. So put some things away. Put some things away. Maybe I have to do like I used to do for my kids. I used to get those, used to love those Dove bars with the almonds, ice cream bars. And every time I put them in the freezer, the kids would take them. So I got smart. I think I told y'all this before. I got a box of Brussels sprouts. I cooked the Brussels sprouts and I ate them. And then I put my ice cream bars in the Brussels sprouts box and stuck them in the freezer. And that worked for a long time until that heifer Haley figured it out. She's like a hound dog. She found out. But ideas like that, find unique ways of hiding, food in your home, someplace in a shoebox, whatever. Get creative. Karma, come in here. It's the law of cause and effect. Absolutely. Absolutely. Queen's reflection, welcome. Welcome. I believe those heavy feelings are being sent out through 5G and black screens. Try turning your internet off when you go to sleep. Yeah, and you're not the first person, that said that, Queen's reflection. My friend, Empath Lady, she's very sensitive to the microwaves and internet waves, or whatever you call it. And I think you're absolutely right about that. I'm actually thinking about taking my whole TV screen out, but if I take my TV screen out, that means I need to not watch my phone or my laptop. So I'm just trying to be balanced here. So I might just cover it with a sheet like they used to do in Dracula movies. I don't know. Put me some crystals around it, make me a Faraday cage or something. That's actually, I was thinking about doing that, building. I have a friend who has a whole bunch of copper wire, and I'm going to I wondered if he would let me have some of the copper wire, because I want to make like a Faraday cage just over my bed, like under my mattress, and then above me, to where I can kind of crawl in and just have like encased in copper to sort of shield me from any waves. I'm thinking about building something like that. But I think you're right about that. That could be this heavy feeling that we're feeling. And never, ever sleep with your phone close to you and the Bluetooth on. And I do it all the time. And I tell myself not to do it. And I say I'm going to turn the phone off, and I turn the phone off. And sometimes I make it and go put it in the car. That's something I still need to work on. And you're so right about that, Queen's reflection. Get rid of the government. It's just so corrupt. Every bit of it. Every bit of it needs to go. If you can get 150 people together and buy land, you can start your own town. Yep. Absolutely. But the key is, Candy, is getting the right 150 people, because you might get 150 nutcases. And with my luck over the last year or so, I'd have a whole city full of nuts. So not right now. I need to get grounded, and yeah, because I keep attracting nuts, chaos, negativity. So I need to reassess what I'm doing, because taking responsibility, evidently I am manifesting these folks or these scenarios into my life. So I need to change my whole mindset to start manifesting what I truly want in my life, because I don't want what's been coming into my life. I don't want it. So I need to make sure that it is reflective in my thoughts that I don't want that again. Oh, I can show the puppies. Actually, I will. I can't do it right now because I'm back in my cabin now. So where I was staying in the garden shed, that's where I have Daisy and the babies, because it's so icy. It's not icy now, but the day she gave birth to those puppies, I knew something was wrong. I think she was ready, but it was that night that we had that heavy thunderstorm, full moon. It was crazy weather that night, but that's the night that she gave birth to the pretty little pups. But as soon as I can get some pictures of them, Aiden, I will definitely send those to you, darling. Hemp oil is good for elderly pets. Olive oil for coat and protein. Awesome. Awesome. That's good to know. Good to know. Oh, Anakia, your husband is a truck driver and the food is running out. Thank you for that. Uh, listen, y'all. And again, if it's stuff that you know that you're going to need anyway, if you know you're going to need it, if it's stuff that you buy every week or every month, and you have the cash to go and get it now instead of buying it for the next 2 or 3 months, do it. Go get it if you can. Gorillas don't eat meat, and the strongest. Absolutely. You're right, Ahura. What part of the nation does he truck? Yeah, I'd be curious to know that too, Cynthia. Pandas eat bamboo shoots. They're fine. Absolutely. And see, I like bamboo shoots too. Let's see, pandas eat bamboo shoots and eucalyptus leaves. Yeah. Lots of fiber. And their poop smells like mentholatum. Oh goodness. Cashly explicit lifestyle. I'm so happy to be here. I'm here locked in and listening. I can never had enough of you. Your information is and good vibration. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I'm just this is just my journey, and I'm just sharing my journey with you guys. And I don't share 100% of everything with you guys, but certain things I like to share with you. So if you're going through some of the things that I'm going through, or experiencing some of the things that I'm experiencing, I share those with you so that you're not alone. That, because we have a different way of thinking, we think outside the box. We don't follow the crowd. We're following our hearts, or following our searching for the truth, no matter what the cost. Yeah. So thank you for being here, because it's, if I'm helping someone just by listening to my crazy journey, I'm happy about that. And I'm also happy that you guys are here listening to me, listening to this journey, because this is lonely. My entire family thinks I'm a nut. The few friends that I did have, they think I'm a nut. So this being able to connect with you guys at times, it's very beneficial for me. It's therapeutic for me. It makes this walk less lonely, to have other people that have similar mindsets and don't think I'm so crazy. So thank you for. I'm glad that you're here. Cashly explicit lifestyle. History repeats. Food ration, gas, etc. Mass the early 1900s. Our grandparents handled it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's this saying that I see all the time. It says, our grandparents, people in the Great Depression, made it and did very, very well during those Depression years. Why? Because they knew how to do stuff. They knew how to grow food. They knew how to ration. They knew how to stretch. They knew how to sew and mend and repair. They bartered. They learned to preserve foods. They learned animal husbandry. Yeah. They knew how to do stuff. We need to know how to do stuff, y'all. Because history is definitely repeating itself. You haven't eaten meat in 3 years now, Stephen? Excuse me. Change health-wise. I've also minimized milk. There's a lot of really good vegetarian stuff out there. Just need to look up some recipes. Yeah. And I've every once in a while, and it's very, very little meat now. I'm even getting a little bit of an aversion to eating shrimp. Now, for a while there, when I thought I was a Black Hebrew Israelite, I wouldn't eat shrimp at all. But now I'm getting, I don't know. I'm just anything that's alive, like a shrimp or a fish or something is really bothering me to eat it. So basically, my diet has been eggs as my protein, which, if you think about it, you're eating an unfertilized embryo, and I don't know. I'm working toward getting away from the eggs too, and just strictly staying completely vegetarian with beans and legumes and brown rice and whole grains, everything high in protein. I'm not averse to dairy at this point right now. Actually, dairy is my saving grace. Having butter and cheese and sour cream and yogurt, that's a good thing for me now. I don't know if I'll ever give that up at this point in my journey. I'm not ready to give that up, but meat and eggs and fish, anything, yeah. I think I'm at the cusp of letting that go. Oops. Let's see. Yes, and there are some good vegetarian things out there. I just did I took some kidney beans and dark kidney beans and light kidney beans with brown rice, with onions, garlics, pepper, parsley, all kinds of the Trinity, with turmeric and coconut milk, with some fresh chives and cilantro on top of that. Absolutely delicious. Loaded with protein and yummy. Southeast. My husband drive. We live in Georgia. Oh, well, thanks for that tip. Thanks for letting us know that. Kendra, what you laughing at, Kendra? Uh, Ancestors went through way less and outside toilets. They handled it. Why we're here, our turn now. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up about the toilets too. I have my niece, my nieces, put it that way, are coming for a visit here on the homestead in a couple of weeks, and they rented a bed and breakfast because they weren't sure if they could handle roughing it out here on the homestead with me. So they got a bed and breakfast in the town. And I said, come on, guys, this will be an experience for you so you can see what it's like to live almost off grid, because it's coming to a point where you might have to live, like this. And she's like, I don't think I could poop in a bucket. Okay, so what are you going to do when the crap really does hit the fan? And I said this before, what are you going to do when your toilet is full and your faucet is dry? You better have a plan, or you gonna have to leave your house. So, and if you think about it, our great grandparents, most of them didn't have inside toilets. Having an inside toilet is really a modern thing. It was really sort of weird to doo-doo in the place where you cooked and you slept and ate. That was weird. That's why it was normal to have an outhouse. You handled that business outside. You would bathe in the house. You'd have, a wash area. A lot of times it was in front of the fireplace so you can stay warm. Warm and water on the wood stove, poured it into your tub where you take your bath inside the house. But the doo-dooing was outside. And see, that's how I do it here too. I ain't doo-dooing here unless it's an absolute emergency. It has to be the dead of winter and I can't get out to our outhouse. Then, yeah. So you better learn. Have a plan, guys. Get your Lugaloo. Look it up. Lugaloo. It's just a 5-gallon bucket with a little toilet seat on it, and it has like a lid on it. Go and get you go to the pet store and get you a big old cube of I think it's called cedar shavings. Yeah. And you could just put that in your closet and put your Lugaloo on top of it with your biodegradable bags in there just in case. My mom haven't spoken to my cousin like 10 years. Oh, you're talking about the whole Jehovah. This is something recent, like in the last few months, Kendra. In the last few months. Check out Kim and Mikey's latest videos the last few months, and that's where the governing body has made it supposedly non-taboo to shun your family. So now there's no grounds that can get you in trouble for talking to people that are apostate, that are no longer Jehovah's Witnesses. It's a conscience matter now. But we know how that works too, the conscious matter. It's a conscious matter. And if your conscience tells you that you can go talk to your sister or your brother or whoever, after we kind of told you way back in the day that if you talk to them, it's like slapping Jehovah in his face. But we're just going to leave it to your conscience now. Y'all know what that means. XJW's in here. You know exactly what that means. And that's why my sister has not responded to me. I hope that's the reason she's not responded to me, because she's so struck in fear of this disgusting demonic religion. And I hope it's not that she knows that she can correspond with me, but she still chooses not to because of guilt, because of I don't know what. I hope that she's not corresponding with me because she's afraid of this sick organization, because anything other than that would be so hurtful. Yeah. But again, to know, yeah. We know, y'all. She said, no, they're not gonna because they're scared. Yeah, they scared. Exactly. That's what I just said. They're scared of the cult. Was no food back then, but they handled it. Absolutely. I think that's where a lot of these recipes came from. Goulash and gumbo. All these comfort food dishes, chicken and dumplings. All those comfort foods, where did they come from? Where they had to prepare nutritionally dense meals, filling meals with whatever they had. They might have had some chicken bones with a few little scrap pieces of meat. Maybe they had a little bit of peas and carrots, maybe some potatoes, had some flour, made some biscuits, put it together. Chicken and dumplings, They handled it. I just watched something today. I knew about lamb's quarters. I think I shared that with you guys on a video over the years, lamb quarters, foraging for wild foods. But I did not know that if you wait for lamb's quarters to go to seed, you harvest the seeds and you winnow them. You rub them down and to get the little little rice-like paper particles off it and blow it off. It's called willowing. You rub it down and you blow the excess off, and you keep doing that. Anyway, you're left with these little black seeds, and those little lamb's quarter seeds are very similar to quinoa, loaded with nutrients, and it grows wild everywhere. So find out look up what lamb's quarters look like. So when you might even find some now wherever you are, because if it's been like an overgrown field or something like that, those seeds are still there. Go and harvest them. And they say it tastes like and the way he did it is he roasted it with just roasted it on an open flame, and some of them popped like little popcorns. And he says that when you roast them, it gives like a nutty flavor to it. And all he did, he cooked it out in the wild. And I'm going to try this too. He just took the lamb's quarter seeds and dried figs and chopped up the figs and put it with the lamb's quarter seeds with some water and let it cook. And it made into like a lamb's quarter seed stew, packed with nutrition. It didn't look the best. It looked like some caca in the bowl. But can you imagine how nutrient dense that is? And that's food. No, it's not a croissant, but it's nutrition that's growing all around you. So start paying attention to that too, guys. Let's see. They are scared they won't make it to the new system if they make Jehovah upset by talking to an apostate. Absolutely. And I really think that's what it is with my sister, because she was so close to my dad, and my dad was a devout Jehovah's Witness. And his last words to us both was, do not leave the ark. Jehovah's organization is the ark. Please don't let me wake up in the new system and my girls are not there. Please don't let me wake up in the new system and you're not there. Stay in Jehovah's organization. And I took that to heart. I did. And it took a lot for me to break away from that. But I seek the truth. And even if that means going against something that my father was so devout about. But my father was wrong about this cult. And do I continue to be part of the cult because of my loyalty to my father? No. Yeah. So I hear what you're saying, Kendra. How nice, the governing body permission for people to speak to their families. They are so controlled and programmed. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I get upset. You know, I understand, you know, that my sister is locked in, hopelessly indoctrinated into this cult. But it's still very hurtful that, you know, my only sister, I can't have contact with my only sister because of the stupid religion. They planted, harvested, then cooked it. Go back to nature. They depended on themselves, not a store. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing they went to the store for were like perhaps sugar. And that's only if they weren't able to get the sugar cane, do the syrup and stuff themselves, because they would grow their own sugar cane, boil the juice, make the syrup. They had the sugar, but it was convenient to have it, you know, already prepared for them in the bag. So they would go and buy bags of sugar, bags of salt, flour, basic things like that. But as far as vegetables and fruits and meats and eggs, and they did that. Excuse me. They did that. Hello, Zayana Imani. Welcome, my love. The distraction is sex, money, wars, material possession. Lower your source connection to source connection in downloads, solidifies the pineal gland, third eye. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much that they have hidden away or tried to keep away from us to keep us locked in by any means necessary, by food, water, what they feed us with television, through our music, through religion, through by any means necessary to keep us asleep, to keep us asleep. The crown chakras. Why Buddhist monks are celibate and non-material. And actually, there's I've been kind of looking at that too, about what is that? There's this Indian guy. He's handsome too. He's Shuhudra. I can't think of his name, but anyway, I listened to him a lot, but I can't pronounce his name. But anyway, he was saying that for he says most people in intimate relationships, they keep all of that energy into that lower chakra. But if you allow that sexual energy in your lower chakra to rise and not climax, but allow it to continue up that chakra line, up to the heart chakra, that same energy, learning to control that energy and allowing that energy to come up to the heart chakra. What I'm understanding is once you get to that point, that's why a lot of these monks are celibate, because the sense of joy and fulfillment and absolute love that you get when you're able to move that energy from your lower chakra up to your heart chakra is indescribable. And they forego that sexual energy from the lower chakra. What you experience in this higher chakra from your heart chakra, that energy, it's phenomenal. I hadn't got there yet, but that's another part, another thing that I'm interested in as far as healing. And I know that sounds weird, but when I was doing research about goddess worship and all these temples, they would have what they called prostitutes, or but what they were healers. They would heal people through their sexual energy, and it's not what we're thinking. It's hard to explain, but that interests me as well. What if I am a sexual healing goddess? I don't know, but I know that I want to heal. In what avenue I want to heal, I don't know. I wish I had. I want to be able to heal by any means, by a thought, by a touch, by anything. Yeah, I want to be able to harness that healing energy that I know that I have. I'm trying to learn to harness that energy and use it in the most effective, loving, nurturing, helpful way as possible. They are aliens. I have seen them. When I was young, I have seen them again just last year. I was not scared this time. Anakia. Yeah, I keep asking my, I call him Anunnaki dude, to come back. Because I'm not afraid either. I even told him the next time he comes, he can take his mask off, because I'm prepared to whatever I see when he takes the mask off. I'm hoping he don't look like the Predator. All the nasty things coming out of his mouth. I hope he don't look like the Predator. But if he looks like the Predator, it's okay. It's okay. We have to self-healing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. And I'm glad you said that too, Anakia, because that's another thing I've been thinking about too. I did that. I have this spot on my leg that it's deep. It's just painful. If I lay on that side of my leg, it's like it's just a deep pain that I can't really get to the pain unless I lay on it. So what I did is I tried to put my hand in that area and just focus on feeling if I felt anything different. Did I feel heat in that area? Did I feel coldness in that area? Just being attuned to that area. And then once I was able to hone in on something, then with my mind, I would sit there and I would just send healing vibrations, just healing vibrations to that spot. And I have to admit, I felt some relief. I don't know if it was just psycho, whatever you call it, psyched myself into thinking that, but but that's part of it, is manifesting your thought into reality. And we all have that gift. We just have to relearn or remember how to use it. There's a special paint you can use that won't let the rays in or Wi-Fi in. Is it like that lead paint, Candy? Because I think I heard something about that too. Radio waves, yes. If you can't get in the ocean, ground with sea salt bath, Florida water, add 3 capfuls. Pour over head coconut water for clarity. Okay. People don't want to work together. The most the most of the universe will be his people together when it's time. Yeah. Kev Star, hi darling. Crazy stuff happen in this crazy upside down world. Stay strong and focused. Absolutely. Queen's Reflection. Thank you for that warm welcome, Miss Monica. I've been watching your previous videos and you're inspiring me so much from your tiny home to thanks for what you do. My first life. Welcome, Queen Reflection. Welcome. Dark forces can also send or use people to disturb us. Yes. And they've been sending a whole lot of them, or I've been inviting them. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm inviting them, I need to stop. I need to stop. And if somebody else is sending them my way, I'm just going to add me some crystals or some garlic or something to keep them out. Let's see. It will clear your aura from attachment. Sea salt in a water bath or washcloth in the shower. Okay. And I'm taking that to heart. Definitely. It is not always about your way of thinking bringing in problems. Often it's dark forces trying to harm you. You're not alone. Thank you, Ahura. Farrell Gal, hi, sweetheart. I don't think you're a nut. My family calls me Crazy Karen. It is lonely. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. And um, you do get down in the dumps sometimes. Say for instance, I questioned myself because of everything that's transpiring. And I'll step back and say, am I doing the right thing? Should I not continue with this journey? Should I sit back and just, okay, this is the way it says it is. This is the way. I don't need to question anything and just stay here. And I've tried that and I just can't. I can't. And because of that, I'm considered a nut, a conspiracy theorist, senile, foolish, an idiot, a little bit touched in the head, need to be on some type of medication, going through my second senile. It can be very, very lonely, Pharaoh Gal. Absolutely. And that's why having this forum to be able to speak to you guys has been very, very helpful. Very helpful. And gives a place to others who are in similar circumstances to come here and just say, hey, we understand, or we understand. Our grandparents also knew how to work together. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, the door just opened. Absolutely. And even growing up as me, growing up in the early 60s, it was like I grew up in the city, but Miss Johnson down at the end of the street was a very watchful eye, not only for her own children, but for all the children. And if they saw anything happening out of line, she was on it. And then halfway down the block, Miss Robertson was on it. And Miss Robertson could see someone doing something that was dangerous or causing problems. And she could stick her head out the window and say, hey, 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 you know better than that. You better cut that out before I tell your mama. And it was squashed. Try that today. Try it today. I don't eat meat or seafood. I have made a vegetarian cookbook for me and my family, and I come up with new recipes daily. Awesome, awesome. Maybe you can share one or two recipes with us, Akia, Anakia. Meat or seafood. If you connect with your ancestors, you know they went through it all and then some. Why are you here? History repeats. Will you handle it for the future generation? I'm on it. I'm on it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can use cat litter as well. I stay in the city, but I've made a toilet out of a launcher and I have 2 buckets. Good for you. Good for you, sweetheart. Yeah, I had to open my homestead to I tried with complete strangers that I thought we were in the same mindset that they could be here, but it turns out that we were on similar mindsets, but we just did not work well as a team. It was just that the energies were just off. It just was it didn't work. It didn't work. And even with family, um, I've tried to have family come on board here, and with you have to be on that same vibrational field. And even though they're my family, we're vibrationally nowhere com- compatible anymore, and that's highly critical uh, for me now. And I keep saying that it's so imperative that we stay in that high vibration. It's imperative that we stay there, and it's imperative that we protect our energy from those lower vibrations. We're being bombarded by all different ways. You said you wanted to see the queen in all her scaly glory. Yes, all her scaly glory. Absolutely. That would be messed up though. She goes, oh, I just wanted to let you know this is what I really look like. Stick her I'm bad. They block me. Let's see. It can happen with your sister. I just recently talked to a brother I'd spoken to over 20 years because of the Jehovah's Witness situation. He's waking up now. Oh, Luana. I'm so happy for you, darling. I'm so happy for you. I hope my sister wakes up. I sure hope she wakes up. I miss her. I miss my family. I do. I think of all the things that we could be doing together and we're not able to do them because of, yeah. Anyway, long lost brother, I mean. Okay. Hello, Spirit Journey. Soul Whisper, I'm so glad to see you. I watch your morning meditations and your crystal healings and all of that. And I appreciate you so much, my sister. Good to see you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're way ahead of the game. Makes sense why they stopped using lead paint. They want people getting fried to death with the radiation. You know, there's something to that. And the big thing about the eradication of, you have to get rid of lead paint. Get rid of the lead paint because it causes mental retardation or brain damage in young children. What if they wanted to get rid of all that red paint because they knew that they needed to open things up because the big G was coming? And I don't know. But there's something to that as well. Pharaoh Gal says, we are the wise ones. We are the awakened ones. They are still asleep, the sleepers. All will be as it should. Yes. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that too, Pharaoh Gal. All of us are not going to wake up. And I question that too. But it's apparent that everybody's not going to wake up. So I'm just in gratitude, and I've been doing that a lot. I mean, the simple things, when I get in the shower in the morning, and that beautiful hot water hits my back, I am in gratitude. It feels amazing, and I'm in gratitude at that moment because that's a luxury that we may not have. So be in gratitude. I'm in gratitude that I have a roof over my head. I have beans and rice in the cupboard. I have water to drink. I have clothes on my back. I'm in gratitude. I'm breathing. I have relatively good health. I'm in gratitude. Yeah. I grew up in the 60s and know exactly what you're talking about. You had many mamas in the neighborhood. Yeah. Better not try that today. Oh, no. You have a gun in your face. Who you? Don't you touch my child. Yeah. I have a Lugaloo along with hazard bags and kitty litter. Got them 2 years ago. Also have a butane hot plate that I could use inside my apartment. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. And think about little things, guys, like lighters. I was listening to folks in Venezuela of what things that they really need, what things were in hot demand in Venezuela. Now that they're eating cats and dogs and digging in the trash and fighting each other for food. He says you get bartering items. He says lighters, cigarette lighters, matches, those little bottles of alcohol. If you can get those, have a stockpile of those bartering things. And then you could use that for, antiseptic and cooking if you need to, or you decide you just want to get jiggy with it. Um, but things that you normally wouldn't think about, candles. If you can get like extra batteries, um, a lot of things that you don't really think about until you go to get it. Say, for instance, like cling wrap. Cling wrap. I needed cling wrap, and I went to the store and I couldn't find none. And when I was able to find a store that had cling wrap, I grabbed a couple of rolls. Stuff like that. Aluminum foil. Um, Detergent to be able to wash your clothes and stuff. And I did grab a couple of jugs of store-bought stuff, but I also stockpiled of remember the homemade soap I showed you guys, I think last year, how to make, with the NAFTA bars of soap that you grind it up and you add borax and hot water and boil it, and it makes a whole big 5-gallon jug of detergent for like less than $3. I have a whole bunch of that too, just in case. So do what you can, guys. Yes, indeed, indeed. Check out her channel, guys. Soul Whisperer. She is awesome. Awesome. And I'm trying to get you on, and also Akia on, or to actually to do perhaps a live reading here, and to talk about perhaps how you got started, on your journey, and how long has it taken you to get to where you are at this particular moment. I'd love to have you on Soul Whisperer. Let's see. Ahura, your frequency resonates higher. Be happy. You get it. It's a blessing you need for these times. Absolutely. Gratitude is big magic. Absolutely. We are in line for the new earth, according to Lodor's canon. Yes. Yes. And we will go to other places to finish their karma. Then they will come to the new earth. Yeah. There's something to that. There's a reason why we are all here. Definitely. Definitely. I've been on here 2 hours, guys. I need to get off of here. Let's see. Discernment is of the utmost to have now. Intuition also. Why there are distractions to numb the power of the mind. Awesome. Awesome. Please, guys, subscribe to Soul Whisperer. She is amazing. She's amazing. Akia is as well. I listened to both of their readings, but please subscribe to them. Their messages are so reflective, and each time I listen to them, I glean something every single time. I have to start from the beginning. I missed what you were talking about primarily. We were talking about magic in general. Do we believe in magic? Bippity boppity boo. Do we have the capacity to perform magic? Is there an agenda to keep us to keep that information down? They don't want us to know this information because we are already powerful. But once we know of the things that we're capable of doing, then we are a power to be reckoned with. Absolutely. If you have lead paint in your house, that cannot see through your house through the drones. That's why they're making these new houses with no lead in it. My house has lead paint and it stops radiation. Okay. Thank you, Anakia and Candy. I'm going to definitely look into that lead paint. And even if I do it just in the area in where I sleep, because that, I bet it's probably expensive to do that. But if I can just fortify the area, one little spot, my own little Faraday cage where I sleep, that would be very beneficial. Thanks for that. You are handy and crafty. I need lessons. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I would love for you. I think you're saying you would love to be on. I will. I will. Awesome. 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 Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off now. Thank you so much for always being here to listen to me ramble, and how all my little thoughts go here and there and everywhere. But thank you for being here. I'm in gratitude that you guys are here. Let's all stay in that high love vibration. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that vibration high all the time. And I didn't even play Big Judah's video. Go back and watch that video of Big Judah's and this other young lady that I put on there. There's something about this whole magic thing. We are capable of so much. We are powerful, more powerful than we can even imagine. Do I believe in magic? Absolutely. 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 All right, my babies. You guys take care. Peace.